Now we go live with Matthias Pearl, who's at by the comic shop stand with a few interviewers. Matthias, you there?
Here I am, Emmeline. So, I have a few interviewers in line who want to say about this matter. The person who will go first in line is Lynn Loud Sr., the father of 11 children. Now Mr. Loud, what do you like to say about the parents giving their child a punishment day?
Well, I find this very atrocious and very cruel to a child like that. What were they thinking to do that for their own child like this? I understand that a child did something bad or caused trouble. But doing that is way too far. Don't they realize this is child abuse? They just don't even care. The police in Go City did nothing to help them. That is so wrong.
Mr. Loud, do you ever decide to do this to any of your kids at all?
Absolutely not. My wife and I will never do that ever at all. Some of my kids get in trouble, and we ground them. But not like this. I'm hoping those people are arrested for life.
Thank you, Mr. Loud, for your time. Next, we have a young woman from Hawaii, Nani Pelakai, an older sister of her younger sister, Lilo Pelakai. Now Nani, what do you like to say about these parents giving their parents a punishment day?
Well, I say that this is a very outrage for a parent doing to a child like that. I've never been so angry for my life. These parents are like giving their child torture and murder. Don't they ever understand that's child abuse? Nobody didn't even care. That stuff is very serious and could end up in prison for life or face execution on a death chair.
Now Nani, do you ever decided to do that to your sister?
No. I never will. My sister and her alien pet Stitch sometimes get in trouble and messing around the house, but I will never, ever do that to my sister like that. If I did, I would be a terrible sister and could end up getting arrested and lose my sister. I've been taking very good care of her so long ever since our parents died in a car accident. I'm so glad that the police here are now looking for those child abusers. I can't wait for them to be thrown in jail or get executed soon. That's all I will say. Goodbye.
Thank you, Nani, for your time. Next, we have a very kind old lady, Muriel Bagge. Now Muriel, what would you like to say about these parents giving their child a punishment day?
I find this very heartbreaking. These poor children being so tortured and abused for their whole life. I'm very ashamed of those parents for what they did to their children. I feel really sorry for those poor children. I understand how they feel and told their parents they hate them and never forgive them for what their parents did. I agree for them.
Now Muriel, if you had children, do you ever decided to do that to them?
No. I would never do it. I'm a very kind lady who's very nice and friendly to everyone, but not to those who are mean. I'm very ashamed of those people doing to their children. I remember my husband Eustace trying to send that poor child away for the award of finding Bigfoot. Luckily the angry mob who are with him would not allow that, turning against and chase him away after that child is reunited with his mother. Thanks to the police here. I'm very happy they are finding those terrible people. After these monsters are turned in and those poor children are safe, I will give them some free cookies and a cup of tea for their support. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Muriel, for your time. Next, we have a dog who is a father who loves his daughter a lot, Doggy Daddy. Now Doggy Daddy, what would you like to say about these parents giving their child a punishment day? I find this very child abuse. What kind of people came up with this idea? All this is torture, abuse, injuring and also murder. Don't they realize that's way too far? Like seriously? They have no remorse at all. Even they celebrate their deaths. How heartless of them. They never get arrested and the police don't even care at all. So Doggy Daddy, do you ever decided to do that to your daughter at all? Oh heck no. I will never do that to my lovely daughter ever. Not ever. Augie is a good girl and I will never do that in a million years. I'm sure glad the other police here are looking for the child abusers and thrown in jail. I'm hoping I'll see them in court in person once they are captured. I'm done now. I'm out. Thank you Doggy Daddy for your time. Next, we have a widower papa bear of a father named Kissifer, Gus. Now Gus, what would you like to say about these parents giving their child a punishment day?
All this is child abuse. I am very ashamed of those parents doing that to a child like that. Injuring, torture, and murder. Doing that to a child is way too far. They can get sentenced to life in prison or death sentence. The other people who are students are involved are bullies and delinquents. I'm hoping these kids are okay.
Now Gus, do you ever decided to do that to your son?
Absolutely never. I loved my son. I've taken care of him very well ever since my wife was killed in a circus accident, and we escaped from the circus for a safe place. He's a good little bear. He can get a little bit trouble, but not much. I hope those children get rescued by those abusive parents who don't raise their child well. That's all.
Thank you Gus for your time. Next, we have a man from Texas, Hank Hill, a father of Bobby Hill. Now Hank Hill, what do you like to say about these parents giving their child a punishment day?
These bastards are complete child abusers from hell. I've never been so angry about all this torture to a child. My God, they can lose custody to their child and get themselves executed for child abuse and murder. Like, what the hell is wrong with those people? They should realize that doing that to a child that caused trouble is going way too far.
Now Hank Hill, do you ever decided to do that to your son?
Hell no. I will never to do such a thing to Bobby. I could ended up like the same thing like those child abusers. He can get into trouble sometimes, but I will never punish him in the way like this. I'm hoping to see those child abusers in person so I can kick their ass. I'm done saying about this matter. Good day.
Thank you Hank Hill for your time. And we have the last interviewer, Bob Belcher, the owner of his burger restaurant and a father of 3 children, Louise, Tina, and Jean Belcher. Now Bob, what would you to say about these parents giving their child a punishment day?
It's terrible. Those parents should realize it's child abuse. But they don't even give a damn. Not to mention they also kill their own child, which it's murder. I can't believe all this is happening to a child. No one deserved to be abused like that. Those people in the city did nothing to help them. I'm very ashamed of them.
Now Bob, do you ever decided to do that to your kids?
No. And I never will. My kids are very good and they helped me and my wife with our restaurant and working well. Even they won't cause they have school, and that's okay. I'm hoping the police here get those child abusers. Goodbye now.
Thank you Bob for your time. So that's all the interviewers we have for now. Back to you Emmeline.
Thank you Matthias. Now we will also go live inside the news helicopter with Emmanuel Maillard. Mike? You there?
I'm here, Emmeline. So I'm in the new copter heading to Gauze City with other news copters following and catching up to the police helicopters. We're over 300 miles ahead to Gauze City. After when we get there, we will soon go live when the child abusers are found. That's all I will say. Back to you, Emmeline.
Thank you Emmanuel. And finally, we will go live with Caroline Savarani, who's at the front of the courthouse, Palais de Justice in Paris. You there, Caroline?
Here I am loud and clear, Emmeline. Anyways, here I am in front of the courthouse, Palais de Justice, where we see people, police, and the judge getting ready for the trial for those child abusers. People are getting paperwork and police are getting charged in criminal record files. The judge has already got ready and waiting for the child abusers to arrive. He is expecting them to arrive soon as enough, and make sure that everything is secured. Now I believe that's all I said. Now back to you, Emmeline.
Thank you Caroline. Now we will go on a commercial break. Stay tuned for more news.